to the wise, always look behind you. Ah, case in point. Ah. 3 years ago, I was in this parking lot on a much sunnier day and nicer weather, and it was still bright out. But we were at Conneaut Lake Park, and we got to experience for the first time Blue Streak, among many other things. Well, we didn't really actually, because we were here for Ghost Lake, and we're back after 3 years. Very excited for my first haunt, independently run in America that I'd visited, and now I'm here to return, finally after 3 years, and unfortunately not to ride Blue Streak. As many of you know, it is now gone, and I never got that backseat ride on that legendary coaster. But besides the point, we're here to return to my favorite independent haunt event, the runners of which are friends of the channel. So on this return visit, I'm certainly hoping that we might get a little bit more in-depth inside the houses. I wasn't able to get in touch with them, unfortunately, as there's been a lot of changes from Conneaut Lake, Ghost Lake, since I was here last. So we'll definitely cover that. Devil's Den is available, so we'll certainly be getting on that and hopefully getting a new on-ride POV. It is a stark contrast to the first time that I was here. And in fact, I believe that the area that we're walking in right now is where Blue Streak used to be. It certainly was on that side amongst the trees. Now I will say that the atmosphere is certainly different than the last time I was here, i.e. there's nobody here. Well, barely anyone. And that's understandable. The weather hasn't been great. There's been, unfortunately, an incident at Conneaut Park today, of which we were supposed to go and check out their haunt event just before this. However, we won't mention, unfortunately, what happened, as reports are still coming in regards to the incident, although we do hope everybody is well. But for now, enjoy Ghost Lake as we return for the first time in 3 years. One big difference I'm already noticing is that the main entrance area for Conneaut Lake Park, it's not even there anymore, or it's blocked in, so you can't even see it. There is a ride here, and then of course, this sign is a result of the devoted fans of Conneaut Lake Place. To rent this space, visit the main office. So even in its death, they're still not giving Blue Streak the credit it deserves. I'm sure that eventually, you know, if this park keeps going, because it just came down on the news that plans to turn it into an RV park have not gone ahead or haven't been approved. The last time I was here, though, the park was undergoing substantial changes to improve on its infrastructure. Unfortunately, those changes and improvements are not visible right now. But who knows? Maybe this is for the better. So, Ghost Lake features 13 levels of fear, all of which under this terrible lighting you will get to see eventually. Can you see it? Yes, there they are. The 13 levels. We have new ones today. We have Blood Moon, Deja Vu, Devil's Den, Hellbound, Rot's Emporium, St. Lucian's, The Devils, Carnival of Rust, The Fog, and of course the Devil's Den, which I already mentioned. The Hollow, I can't even see it. So 13 levels, still the same amount of mazes as in prior years. It's hard to even recognize this place compared to what it was before. It is almost unrecognizable. So many buildings have been taken down, and now they have temporary structures for some of the ghost or some of the mazes. I hope that doesn't mean that some of the houses that used to comprise this event have not left us, because that was the best part of this event for me. Ghost Lake is about to begin. Behind me is Carnival. Now, I just had a great conversation with Tara, who runs this event for 15 years running. everything has been rebuilt, including various houses have been torn down. So a lot of the mazes that we're going to go through are completely new from ground up. It's going to be fantastic. One of the mazes is unfortunately not open today because they're still setting up some of the lighting and the effects for it, but we have been given an exclusive tour for that later on tonight. So stay tuned for that. We're going to get a walk through the Hollow, which should be quite awesome. But we're going in the carnival right now. They are anxious to get on to me. So let's do the carnival. I can see someone would like to see me. Okay, that's the carnival. I do recall that particular maze from last time, and it was, it's a carnival theme. So what else do you have to say? A little precursor, I am coming to the event on its opening weekend. Some of the effects are not quite up to speed quite yet, which is fine. We did know that coming in, and that, the event is kind of just getting ready. They've had to rebuild everything from scratch since July, so you can't blame them for that, in the sense that a lot of these houses used to be permanent and they didn't really move much of the fixtures and fittings and the scare elements, whereas in that one it's been completely rebuilt from a location that used to be further down this midway that no longer exists anymore, which is quite sad. There was a massive animatronic in this maze that I definitely would like to see up and running the next time I'm here. As has been promised, I'm planning at least to come next year at some point later in the season to capture all of that, because so much has changed that I definitely would love to check that out. It's time to go into the foul.
I wanted to think about the cover amusement. Oh well, guess Vegas can't be choosy.
Oh, I see something. Ah! As we said, lots of construction here, and it's fairly muddy because of the conditions. One thing I love about this particular event, the atmosphere is so authentic, and we got fog, which is what we want. We got fog. So I just had a nice little chat with the operator of the fog there. It was a great maze. I did do it, I believe it was called The Mist last time I was here, and it was called Purple Mist prior to that. We're walking into it just because I want to get a nice shot with, say, my light on my face maybe. You can see me, very eerie, yes, eerie. Woo! Great little maze. Last time it was in like a sort of stable picnic communal eating area, and this time we have it in this tent, but I think it was more effective because it trapped in the fog better, and it was very disorientating. You couldn't see too well going through the maze. Very confusing. The actors were very helpful getting me through. Smaller than last time. I think this one definitely benefits from the interactions with other people in it, because you get the actors shaking the cages, and you can kind of hear people in the back areas of the maze screaming and really adding to the effects. Like I said, we're kind of here on a preview in a way, so yeah, it was definitely excellent. I don't think there was any missing effects in that one either, so we're off to our next maze, which is right behind us. They're just back to back here. Blood Moon Meat Market coming up next. On this head that was randomly just in my path leading into the market. I have a feeling I might lose my out. There are a lot of actors in this maze. I think I just... It's just not the same unless you interact with the actors. Bye now. Okay, that was effective. As you've seen, I just exited that maze. Whew, that was great. Very slight variation on a former theme that was here before. As I go through, I slightly recall the old houses versus the new ones. I'm out of breath from running out of there. Very good maze, tightly packed. Reminded me of Paradox, I believe it was called last time I was here. That was all like a sort of like a pallet maze. The next scare maze is the Devil's Playground. This looks a significant size. I don't recognize any of the buildings from when I was here last time. It looks completely different. It is very shocking. In fact, I believe this is where the mist was last time I was here. It looks familiar, but we'll find out soon enough. Because we're about to do the Devils.
Put that out.
There are still rides on site, including this octopus. It is also starting to rain a bit, so we're probably going to be doing a camera switch shortly. But it is no secret that there's been quite a contention between the owner of Conneaut Lake Park and the fans of Conneaut Lake Park. But that is not here or there for this particular event. Let's get ourselves inside. It's getting a little rainy here for the Devil's Playground. I gotta give them a minute because I've been told that although this haunt is not quite to what it's supposed to be yet, as per the conditions already mentioned earlier in the video, this is the gentleman that did Phobia when I was here last time, and it was my favorite maze of Ghost Lake. So I'm very looking forward to this. We needed a bigger space. He's here to prove something, so let's see what we got. Here it goes. All right, they promised trauma tunnel, baby. Oh my God. This way. Ah! This way, this way, this way. Oh, I am being escorted here. I get sucked into the...
I want to eat your brains! We're gonna eat you and tear you apart!
Oh my God.
This is my house! Why are you in it? Hey!
Where are we going? Stretching walls.
Watch where you
Oh
going.
my God. Hello again. I think I recognize them. Oh dear. Oh. Not coming back at this rate. If I get alive. See you guys. Amazing. All right, emerging from the darkness of the Devil's End, the Devil's Den. You could call it the Devil's End. Ooh, it's swampy conditions here at Conneaut Lake Park. They still have a tilt-a-whirl on site, but I'm not gonna lie, there are still rides here, but it is very clear that what Conneaut Lake Park was is no more. It is very much a collection of some pavilion buildings, a lot of which were here before are no longer here. But there are private residences as well. Some houses have been torn down, some remain, such as mazes like Deja Vu. I recall this maze from last time. It's in a completely different location in a I was going to say a smaller house, but if you look at the back now, it is certainly not small. It is one of the most famous ones, or one of the ones that was much talked about the last time I was here, which is why I'm going to leave it until we return. As per last year, or the last time I was here, Rot's Emporium last time was a serial killer museum of sorts, or a house of serial killers, so it's a completely different theme this time. Rot's Emporium. Looking forward to it. I'm gonna record this right now so that way I got evidence for so, I just got out of Rot's Emporium, and I was just joking about the fact that the actor that was following me the entire course of the maze would be very freaky if they were in my car when I leave here later on today. Hopefully you like Canada, because that's where they're going if they do. Anyhow, Rot's Emporium was very effective. A lot more blackout rooms than previously, and also a different sort of path through the house than I recall from last time. A couple of scare actors, I think about 5 in total inside the maze. Very effective. Maybe a little bit of smoke would add to the effect, say, in that last room. But other than that, very cool. And I also got a legitimate scare from one of the actors in there, so good props. We're gonna move on now. We got a couple mazes left to do. I gotta count, because as I mentioned, there's 12 that I can do today. Well, 11, including the exclusive look at the Hollow that we have later on today. So we do have Deja Vu, as I mentioned, Hellbound. We've got a few to do. We've already done a Devil's Playground. We're almost past halfway now, so let's carry on, capture the atmosphere on this very early visit to Ghost Lake. Last time I was here, there were haunts in this town area, or at least like sort of like this partial community of houses. And it looks like that is the case still, as the former location for Phobia is now an entirely different house called the House of Evil, which is probably a more appropriate title for it, to be honest. This was the location of my favorite maze in 2019, so we'll see how it holds up in its current form. Oh dear. Goodbye. Oh my God. Okay, I don't know which way to go. Oh, this way.
Chucky wants to play.
Anything you want to confess, boy, get on your knees.
Oh no.
Now get out!
Where do I go? Hello. Bye, y'all. And now we go down the stairs I went last time. I will also admit that this was completely lit in a bright light last time, but this time, hey, it's more effective this way. A lot darker in the maze this year. One of the animatronics from the last time is in there. The TV room, amazing area. I love the blackout nature. I love that stairwell in the center of the house where you come across it and you think you're about to go up and you kind of run right into it. You're like, okay, what's going on? Where am I headed? Am I even going upstairs? And then you get upstairs, and that was very intense. That introduction definitely notched things up to a 10 as far as the actors are concerned, so I'm a bit rattled. I don't know if you caught the confession as well that took place inside there. That was probably one of the most authentic haunt experiences. When you have, say, the benefit of time and not that many people here this weekend, you get that little extra kick there. So kudos to the actors and the owner of that particular maze for putting together quite excellent heir apparent to phobia that used to be in there in the past. Okay, it's time for Deja Vu, the famous maze. They've all just turned to me because they know I'm coming now.
Hey guys, you have somebody want to come through.
It's coming. We're coming for Deja Vu.
Fresh meat!
Fresh meat is coming to visit.
Yeah.
It's time for some Deja Vu. Ah! I remember this. This is my greatest phobias, is what it is. Oh, Jason. Oh, Jason. Gotta get out of here. Jason is upset.
I think you're dead meat!
Oh, no. Scream.
Well, why don't you say hi?
I think I'll...
This
My favorite!
is God.
He's a legend. Farewell, sir. Oh my God, you think you're done. You think you're done. And then you have Jason on your tail. Oh my God. I wasn't sure if I was done this maze, but I think I'm out now. Oh my God! It's the pig. All right, maybe we should just get out of here. Ah! All right, bye guys. We're going, we gotta go. Thank you, Deja Vu. Oh, no. Bye now. Oh, I'm gonna be out of breath after this one. I'm getting more cardio on this particular haunt than I think I've ever gotten before. Whew. Okay, so I think we only have one left. Hellbound, which I believe is in a sort of corner over here, because I definitely haven't been over to this location. And I will admit, like, this is the former Midway area of Conneaut Lake. When it was 2019, this whole area still had that dark carnival aspect. We had scare actors walking through this area, including my favorite chainsaw-wielding bunny rabbit. They're all gone, but that's because of the nature of how this place is now. It's just not the same sort of layout as it was before to take advantage of that, which is unfortunate. I'm sure it'll be a different story once next weekend rolls around and they've got everything kind of up to speed. But for now, we're going to do what I believe is my final scare maze before our exclusive look at the Hollow. And that would be Hellbound. Fresh meat.
Yeah, fresh meat!
Oh my God.
Bring me your liver back.
Oh, hello. I think I remember him from Conneaut Hotel in 2019. I'm pretty sure it was one of my favorite actors. I think there's an actor right here. Nope. rain is really coming down, so it's adding to the effect in this tent. I think that person is alive. Oh God, unfortunately we have to go that way. Little word to the wise, always look behind you. Ah! Case in point. Oh no! Don't look too far behind you. Ah, there they are. Okay, we are in the gazebo because the rain is just not letting up. Because I've been to so many haunts over the last 3 years that I'm starting to get the names of some of them mixed up. That was very good. It kind of seemed like an heir apparent to paradox to me in a way. We're done all the mazes as far as I know. We're going to go over to check out possibly the Hollow that's not up yet, which was one of the more impressive mazes from last year too. But then that'll be it for our day here at Conneaut. I'm gonna get the umbrella out. We're gonna walk our way back over. I apologize for the sound of the umbrella, necessary measures. So I feel it's worth mentioning, and I think it's also only fair to the runners of the event that it needs to be pointed out that they actually have to supply their own electricity for this event. How mad is that? So because of that, you do have the grounds a little darker than say 2019. I don't think that's going to last because they did say that they are going to be getting more lighting in once the time permits. This is, I believe, the entrance to the Hollow, which last year, I keep saying last year, but in 2019, had a very effective owner to the maze because they got me right at the end after I'd already been through the maze. But for now it is closed off because the lighting is not quite ready for it yet. It does look impressive. Last time I was here, it was one of the more atmospheric outdoor mazes of the event. But alas, outdoor maze in the rain, not the greatest of experiences, I will give it that. Also because of the condition of the grounds, because there's just so much being changed around here, that yeah, the grounds are more muddy than they are anything else, especially because you have buildings non-existent where they used to be. Okay, that's it. All the mazes are done. 11 levels of fear, because unfortunately, 11? I'm still considering Blue Streak as a level of fear. I like the fact that they got that car in one of the mazes. I didn't point it out, but in one of the mazes, and I'm not going to say which one, an original car from Blue Streak is located inside it with a clown that taunts in regards to what they did to the riders of that particular ride. A great little touch, just to show that they still don't forget the legendary ride that once existed here. That's the bittersweet reality of the fact that it's not. So let's go with awards if we want. Since I am very friendly with the crew here, I'm gonna give the best entrance award without question to Blood Moon Meat Market. As I mentioned to the person that created that song or that entrance, it is on quality with a Hollywood Horror Nights level type of entrance. I kid you not, it's that good. And the maze itself was good as well. Favorite maze, as per 2019, the runner of the Devil's Playground, which used to be Phobia in the house that I mentioned earlier. That is now a different maze altogether. If I look at it now to make sure I got it right, St. Lucian's. What did I like about that maze so much? Just the amount of creativity, as the runner did point out, over the course of the years that he's been doing this, better part of 15 now, a lot of what's going on in that maze is a greatest hits package. I love the stretchy walls where actors came out of nowhere into the walls themselves. It's not a new effect, but a very effective one. A great animatronic in there that wasn't quite up to function, I do believe, but they had a giant hand that they swing out to you, which was incredible, and also a room of masks of which one comes to life. There's so much to say, there's so much creativity in that maze alone that I would consider that one of the better mazes in any haunt, but you have 11 more of them here, so you got to get down to Ghost Lake if you haven't been here before. A very community vibe, a wonderful atmosphere. The actors are not shy, I will say that much. They get right up in your face. In fact, this is the most that they have in any haunt that I've ever been to. And Screamfest in Calgary has a notorious hands-on aspect to their haunts that they weren't able to perform last year, and I think is back this year. But the confessional that I went through, being pulled through all those rooms at the beginning of the Devils, it was just crazy. There are things that you get here that you don't get at any other haunts that will take you to the next level if you're not scared easily, and that's why you want to come to something like this. Fantastic event. I'm going to get a couple more shots before my camera dies because of all the rain, and then we're going to wrap it up outside of the park. That was probably what.
So every Sunday we go where we're in. I don't want to take you in the back.
Let's see if I can get this thing through the hollow. You can't see much because it's not running right now, but we're going to. Because there is no actors here, this is actually quite effective. This is the location of the zoo, which there was caves, some interesting features. We've encountered someone at the other end, however.
Just shut them off where you come through.
Down the stairs, we gotta be careful. And I believe this is where it begins from last time. Does it come back out this way or?
Hold on, buddy.
Oh, my escort is.
Keep going.
We need that light to know where we're coming back to. Alright, here we go. This is very Blair Witch. He's tearing out all our lights because we're going to be the last people to go down this path today. We're searching for creatures. We've already encountered an abominable snowman among others. No Bigfoots today. Maybe that's where he would be. It's in this area. I do remember a gorilla from last time, however, in this particular structure. in that cave, for example. That's another light. Watch your head. Here we are. Ooh. It reminds me of a ghost hunters type of experience with the flashlight. And then we come out on this side into the pen. There were animals here before?
Long time ago.
Long time ago.
That's when the park been busy.
It's heyday, yes. I really wish I had experienced that. We have experienced Blue Streak at least before it left us. This whole area is very effective for a haunt, which is why I liked it last time, especially lots of opportunities for crazy lighting. Oh, there you go. A tree right in the middle. That is crazy. There's still animals here. There's animals all through here. It's almost like the ghosts of those creatures haunt this particular maze. Alright, here you go. Gotta watch your head in here. And then we're out of the structure. You can kind of catch a glimpse of it there. Alright. Slippery bridge because of the rainwater today. The one thing I have not seen is this in the daytime, which I'd like to see how it looks because it has a very distinctive look at night. And we are free. I didn't get out so easily last time. I'd like to thank this gentleman for taking us on a tour. That way we could get, oh, there are puddles. That way we got all 13 levels today. All right, well that is a conclusion from here at Ghost Lake. There's so little lighting, it's hard to get a good spot where you can see me. I would like to thank the park, or at least the organizers, for being so gracious on this visit, as they always are. As you got to see some content from inside and some content from outside. Some things weren't included because I don't want to spoil it for when you come here to actually check out the event. But make sure you do. You want to support smaller haunts like this because they're the ones that do it well versus the larger corporate ones where they're trying to sell you alcoholic beverages and blood bags that cost $20. You're going to get a great value here, 25 bucks for a 2-hour experience. You can't even get that at Universal Orlando if you did all the haunts in a row like I did. Fantastic. So much originality going on in the houses that I really have nothing more to say other than to get here and to try them out for other than the things that I mentioned for each on the way out. That's going to be a wrap because I got a long trip through the darkness here of rural Pennsylvania back home to Canada, just like I did it in 2019. But there's no better event to end my haunt experience in America for the season than at Conneaut Lake, Ghost Lake. Here's hoping that within maybe a couple of weeks, I don't think I'll be back this year as much as they're begging me to come back for the full experience, but next year you can count that I will be back for that for sure. because the mazes change every year here. So there's a lot of originality, and as I had said to the runner of the event, hello, that part of the incentive to coming back here is that they do change things up, and they spend so much hard time, work, and energy putting it all together. It's a fantastic event. You're not dealing with an event with a countless millions of dollars of budget to set it up. This is a community-run type of event, and one of the best out there. All right, guys, thank you for watching once again. I look forward to seeing Ghost Lake maybe every year, depending on, you know, the borders being open. All right, always enjoy.